Well, folks, I tell you, there's probably about a 63% chance y'all won't believe what I'm telling you right now. Right here, these are gambling machines. Slot machines, to be exact. I don't gamble. I don't have a problem with gambling, I guess. I've seen people care more about the machines than they do anything else, and but sometimes, you gotta remember where you come from. And well, I got these machines this morning, and I got to sitting there looking at them, and I thought, well, I got the keys to them. I thought I did. Even if it don't, win, which I'm pretty much guaranteed to, they're my machines, I'll get my money back. So I proceeded to start feeding every quarter within, I'd say, 3 or 4 mile radius I could get a hold of into these machines here. I started with this one. It was doing alright. I'd win some, I'd lose some, but it got to where I was losing a lot. And so then I moved to this one right here, and well, I probably put $7 or $8 worth of quarters into it when I realized it didn't even power up. So that one got me. So I moved on to this one. I thought this was going to be the one. And somebody put tape over the quarter hole, so I had to go back to old Lonesome Betty on down there. So I thought, well, nothing else, I've got to have at least $750 worth of quarters in this machine at this point. It's been like 14 hours. And I'm starting to, get a little irritated because I think I had to pee at that time. I'm pretty sure I had to pee. I peed myself at some point. I don't remember when, because I was trying to get, it to give me my money back. It's my machine. It should give it back to me. Well, gambling affects a lot of families, and it hurts a lot of people, and the ones you love. And I really hate that. There's a boy down the street. His name's Little Tommy. I consider him like a nephew. We're close. Most people, they say he's like that. We're like, closer than that. As close as a man can get without shaving. What I'm saying. And, nothing funny, nothing like that, that. But, he's like 17 or 7 or something. I don't know. He's smaller, So I was like, hey, Tommy, how you doing? He's like, what you doing, Uncle B? And I was like, I'm remembering why I don't gamble, son. He was like, well, what's gambling? And I explained to him, it's where you put your money in this machine, and if you're really lucky, it gives you your money back and even more. Enough to go buy chocolate bars and whatever else people like him buys. And he just kind of giggled, and he said, well, let me have a try at it. And I said, well, don't tell your mama or your grandmama, because I don't want to hear no bitching. He said, I won't. So okay. So he put a quarter in the machine, and it spit 8 out right there. Boom. That's a 80,000% upcharge. Hey, he got way more than he put in. I was like, hey, time to stop, son. He's like, no, I want to try again. I heard you in here fussing. I think I can win your money back. I was like, son, that ain't how these machines work. So they'll give you a little bit to draw you in, then they'll take everything you got. That's what they're made for. That's why I got them. Well, I kid you not. The streak, the mashing of the buttons, I guess, is tailored to the eye syncopation of these kids these days. With the phones and stuff, their eyes move so rapidly, and their fingers can move fast. They can't do nothing else, but their fingers and eyes can match up. It's like amazing. This kid won 27 straight quarters in. Every time more and more come out. So finally I had enough of that. I said, look, son, you're going to end up with all the money before I get a chance on this hot son of a bitch, because you've warmed her up for me. Thank you. We'll be a team. You warm it up, and then I'll show you how to knock it out. And he's like, knock it out, Uncle. So I got over there, fed a quarter in. I got 2 back. Yes, sir. Doubling my money already. We're on a winning streak now. Me and little Tommy just... And then I took all his quarters that he had got and some more that I'd found and put them in the machine. And I felt bad because, I actually took the quarters he started with too. But he had 2 in his sock. And I told him, I said, Tommy, you keep them. That way you ain't broke like Uncle B, and sorry. And he's like, Uncle B, I hate to see you like this. He said, let me try one of them. And against my better judgment, I let him. Son of a bitch hit jackpot and won every one of them. He wanted to keep going. I realized then what had happened and what had transpired and how it was going to affect him the rest of his life. So I motioned to the security guards that I'd hired this morning for this little operation. And I had them take him in the back, and they beat that boy until he promised not to count cards anymore. Because nobody can hit that many in a row and just be that lucky. Nobody's that lucky. He's lucky he come to somebody he loved. They taught him the right ways. Because if he'd got caught doing that somewhere else, they'd probably killed him. He's going to go to that MIT, that mentally institute for the tards or whatever it is, and he's going to need all 7 fingers. He started with 10, now he's leaving with 7 because he's got to know what it's like to lose. He's just lucky that I love him. And he didn't want to be a man to stand up in the beginning, but after a couple good beatings and some acid and maybe killing his pet dog, he finally said he promised he would never count cards ever again. And I'm proud of him for that. Little Tommy's a man now. He's a little man. I love him. I just hope y'all learned something from this. At least the 37% of y'all that believe me. You've got to be vaccine damaged. Deuces.